Well, we promised you the Red Cross. There's a lot of information around this story this morning. Let's get some clarification. Poppy Brown, the New South Wales and ACT Director at the Red Cross Australia, joins us now. Poppy, thank you so much for your time. Are you going to spend all the money donated to this bushfire crisis to those affected by the bushfire?
Yeah. So thanks very much for having us come on today to set the story straight. So absolutely. So what we're doing is, as we've always said with the donated funds, we're using the funds that people are donating to us for three things. One is to support communities with their immediate needs. So we have people out in the recovery centres and out in the evacuation centres supporting people as fires come across different parts of the nation. We're also supporting people with their immediate needs in terms of grants. So we're currently paying out about $1 million a day in terms of emergency grants. That's $10,000 for each household where they've lost their home. We're also paying out bereavement grants to those families who tragically have lost a loved one in the fires. We've allocated $30 million for the emergency grants because we expect that is what we're going to be paying out. We have a funds advisory panel with some external experts on it, helping us advise us on the best use of funds. We're looking at what other immediate needs there might be in the community that we might be able to support, and so we're expecting to be able to make some announcements in the near future. Yeah. But as we've always said, recovery from a bushfire, it's a marathon, not a sprint, and we know that the community is impacted. It's going to take them a long time to recover. Way past when the media spotlight moves on to something else, we will be there supporting those people and those communities as they recover.
Bobby, I think people want to know, of the $95 million or so that has been donated in the bushfire crisis, to the bushfire crisis, will all that, every single dollar, be spent where people expect it to be spent, not on future disasters?
So we've always said that the money that we're raising this year will be spent on the disaster season this year. So if there's fires in a month's time, then the money will be helping those communities in those fires in a month's time. So we'll certainly commit to the people impacted by disasters this financial year. The money that's being raised will be there to support them for their immediate needs, but also we're committing to a 3-year recovery program. Right. So we're going to be supporting those communities for the longer term. So it's not for future
disasters, it's for this disaster and the long-term recovery.
Yeah, so it's about the bushfires, but we know that we're only halfway through the bushfire season. So if we had a bushfire next month, we would want to be able to support those communities. So we've always said for our Disaster Relief and Recovery Fund, it's used to support Australian disasters that happened this year, which of course is bushfires this year, that we're all focused on. And we know that, we've got halfway through the bushfire season, so fingers crossed, but we know that there's a high risk of more people impacted.
This has been an unprecedented bushfire season. We've also seen an unprecedented outpouring of support from the local community, the international community. Is it fair to say that perhaps you and the Red Cross have been overwhelmed? Do you have the infrastructure in place to get the money out the door as quickly as possible?
The good thing about the Red Cross is that we're very experienced at managing appeals like this. We ran an appeal for the Black Saturday bushfires with the Victorian government, for example. That raised $380 million that we then used with the communities in Victoria and in conjunction with all sorts of agencies to support people for their immediate needs and their longer-term recovery as well. So we're very grateful that we have that experience. We've also got external experts helping advise us, and we're also very grateful because we've had offers of support from professional services firms who are volunteering their time to help us in the background to manage the funds processes as well.
Yeah, absolutely. Look, just one final question. We heard from the Ratville Mayor today that there are $10,000 grants that were previously $5,000. They've been doubled to $10,000 for anyone who's lost their home immediately. But these people still have mortgages to pay in homes they're no longer living in. They're living in tents. Can you give them more money and do it more quickly?
So we've already upped the $10,000. So anybody who got the $5,000 before has automatically already received the extra $5,000 in their bank account.
And will they
that was already done the start of this week. So that's what we're talking with our expert panel about. about what's the best use for the rest of the money in terms of where the community need is. We know that it's not just the Red Cross, obviously, state governments providing support, federal government providing support, and other charities. We don't want to duplicate what other people are doing and leave some people falling through the gaps. So we're working with community to understand their needs, and we are certainly will be looking to spend our dollars where they're most needed, and if that's increasing our grants and we do have the money to do that, then that's what we will look at doing. But we're making sure that we're very careful about how we spend the money so it goes to where it's needed most.
Okay, Poppy, appreciate it. Thanks so much for your time.
Thank you.